Hi, everyone. It's Sean from WriteSean.com. So today's question is it's from Peter Boyle of haveaword.com, have-a-word.com. Biggest question I have is how to find some good help. I'm growing my client base, but I've hit the tipping point where the client work is taking time away from finding the next client. I can't put the time needed into PPC work and landing pages and continue to source new potential clients for further growth. I've run trials with two people, but both didn't work out. I'm torn between outsourcing the PPC side to a contractor for the time being or continuing a search for someone on a more permanent basis. So this immediately made me think of Michael Gerber and the E-Myth. First of all, Peter's problem is a great problem to have. He's too busy, really. But it sounds like he's doing a lot of the technical work. And so as an entrepreneur, your job isn't to work in your business. You're supposed to work on your business. So you're supposed to be focusing on business design and improving the business and the operations and the documentation and making sure the business is a well-oiled machine. So if you're actually doing the client work, you're not working on your business. You're working in your business, and that is Michael Gerber basically says that that's a path to eventual failure or burnout, or you'll probably end up just getting a job doing the technical work because because now you really have two jobs, right? You're doing the technical work and you're operating a business. So is that really worth doing it? You might as well just go work at an agency and do the technical work, right? So what I talk about in this post is you're going to have to document how to teach people to do your job. And it's thorough, meticulous work. You got to make it easy for them to understand. You got to make a system to onboard people. Two people is probably not enough people to try out. You probably have to try like 15 people out at some point. You're going to have to get good at interviewing people and knowing what you're looking for. And you really got to listen to them too. It's really important to listen to the people that you bring on board. A lot of entrepreneurs want to blame the help, but a lot of times it's the entrepreneur's fault, right? And I'm not saying this is the case with you, Peter. I'm just saying in general. And I've made the same mistake many times. You really got to listen to what the people you're working with, the people you put on your team. You got to listen really carefully and see, what don't they understand? What problems are they having? How do you make it easier for them to do their job? And you really want to design a system where it's super easy for them to do their job. That way you can bring on even more people and you can have more output and more productivity. So this is the beautiful time in your business where you're having this problem. It's not really a problem, it's a blessing. And the more people you bring on, the more you learn about how your business works and how people understand what you're talking about and how they understand how they think of your business and how they think of your clients and how you need to kind of like become the great communicator and make sure everyone's on the same page and knows what to do. And you also have to design interview questions and kind of sniff out character flaws and things like that when you're bringing people on board, right? So that's part of the business design. And then also, it sounds like you need to, always continually find new clients, and that's a common thing agencies need to do. And so you need to build your lead funnel. So, and that could take on many shapes, but that's working on your business. I hate to say this, but part of it might be you have to go out to meetups and tech events and go around town and pass out business cards and get to know people and network, which can be outsourced later. You can get a salesperson to do that, right? But you might have to work on that process and how that works. Obviously, you can run pay-per-click for your own pay-per-click agency. You can obviously do all kinds. You can do blogging and all these things, but you need to figure out what works for your business and then turn that into a process that someone else can take over eventually. So it's a lot of work in the beginning. It's about switching gears at the right time, but I think it's more important to always focus on the business design first as a priority over the client work. I know that's counterintuitive, but I think you need to get in the habit of that because that's the only way progress is going to be made is if the business design work, the stuff when you're working on your business, is what you're focused on like first thing in the morning. Okay, I think that answered your question. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments or reach out to me on Twitter at Sean V Work.